Hello and welcome to St Andrew's Church. Now, we've heard quite a bit in the media recently about statues. And I have to tell you, we have got a statue here in St Andrew's Church. No, don't worry, it's not a statue of a Victorian imperialist or a slave trader. It's actually a sculpture of, there we go, a sculpture of Mary, Mother of Jesus, holding her baby. It was sculpted by Helen Rock, who is a Royal Academy sculptor, back in 1911, and she had connections with the village, which is why it's here in our parish church. It's a beautiful statue, and while the church has been closed and I've been streaming worship from the church, I've had the opportunity to look at it a little bit more closely. She has such a sad look in her eyes and a real pathos about her, as if she has the world on her shoulders as she cradles her newborn baby. And you can really feel her empathy with her little boy and the pain that he will suffer and go on to redeem. Of course, it reminds us that in her experience, when she accepted God's plan of being the mother of his son, she stepped right outside her experience and did something that was completely new and alien to her. And through that, God's plan of salvation for the world began to unfold. Now, this is really interesting because, of course, it makes us think about what it means for us who are made in the image of God to be people who are open and accepting. God is completely different to us. We are human and imperfect. God is, God, he is perfect, holy and good in every way. And yet we can relate to him in the deepest way because of Jesus Christ. And actually, this gives us a model for how we relate to other people. The world is full of people. It's a diverse world. There are people of all kinds, of all races and all nationalities. And yet we're all made in the image of God, and we can all relate to them with mutual respect, with love, and with care. We can do that because God has already done that with us. So it's hard to think about what we might do personally to prevent discrimination and racial prejudice in our world, whether it's right or not to protest. But what each one of us can do is to be open in our hearts for God to come in and to change us to be people who are open and accepting of people all over the world. And we'll deal with our prejudices that perhaps we ourselves don't know about. So if you come into our parish church in the near future and have a look at this beautiful sculpture, do think about how Mary accepted God's plan and stepped forward outside of her own experience and into God's plan for the world. And let's think how we too can move into a bigger space and learn to understand ourselves more and to accept other people more. And as each one of us begins to do that, then it will become clearer how we can tackle some of the great problems of our world and how we can all live together in peace.